Welcome to this GrowthWheel online test drive.
In this test drive, you will learn an easy and simple way to add forecasting, future expenses, and investment information into the budget. Select a client from the My Clients menu. Go to the menu Budget. You will automatically be taken to the Revenue by Product submenu tab. Notice how it defaults to the current year. And as you scroll down, you will see any products or services added to the business profile here. Add expected revenue for the current year and next year. Click back to the current year, scroll down, and specify what proportion of the forecasted sales will come from the various products or services. Click the green button plus Product Service. Note that it opens a new web page and takes you to the client's business profile. Add an additional product or service. You can add additional information later or re-watch the business profile video to see more details about adding products and services. Close the business profile web page to go back to the budget and the Revenue per Product tab. Attribute any forecasted revenue to the new product or service. Notice any amount unspecified by product or service down below. Because a budget is easier to understand if you include assumptions about the forecasted numbers, you can add any assumptions by clicking on the green Plus Assumption button. Choose from the list of products or services and add in an assumption that justifies the product or service forecast. Click the tab Revenue by Market. Notice that the forecasted numbers are already listed based on what was added under Revenue per Product. Also, the markets and customer segments added to the business profile are listed here as well. Specify what proportion of the forecasted sales will come from various markets or customer segments. Click the green Plus Market Segment button to add additional markets if needed. Here we can add an additional market or customer segment. More information can be added later to the business profile. Going back to the Revenue per Market or Segment tab, attribute any forecasted revenue to the new market. Notice any amount unspecified by market or customer segment. These can be clarified with a new market or customer segment later if needed. Then click on the green Plus Assumption button. Choose from the list of markets and add any assumptions that explain the forecasted numbers. Click the blue Download button and select the Revenue per Product and Revenue per Market pages. Notice how on just 3 pages you have the budget, the chart, and the assumptions for the revenue budget per product and revenue budget per market or customer segment. Now click on the sub-menu tab, Profit and Loss. Add any direct costs. Maybe you estimate your client's cost of goods are about 50%. Add those rough numbers into the direct cost budget line. Now add operational costs for the year. For a first draft, you or the client can add a rough estimate. Just budget the big numbers. You or the client can always go back and refine the numbers to be more precise later. Add any additional expenses or income the client may have. Click on the submenu Direct Costs. Note that the direct costs you added from the Profit and Loss tab are here. Now you or the client can specify the categories where the direct costs fall. Here we can budget some of the big numbers for raw materials and direct labor. Additional direct costs can be added later. Add any assumptions about the direct costs expected. Click on the tab Operational Costs. Notice that the operational costs added under the Profit and Loss are listed at the top of the page. Now specify which categories make up those operational costs. Here you can estimate personnel, sales and marketing, or facilities and supplies. Just budget the big numbers for a first draft. The numbers can always be updated and refined later. If you or the client have assumptions about the expected operational costs, those can be added here as well. Click the tab Investments. Click the green Plus Investment button. Give the investment a headline. Here the client is investing in a piece of machinery, and select the investment type. Give the investment a description and upload an image representing the investment. Choose which type of scenario the investment represents: a best case, expected case, or worst case scenario. Select an investment status of considered, planned, or already executed. Change the investment start year if necessary. Scroll down and click the green Plus Expense button to add expenses associated with this investment. Here we have the one-time cost of the machine and the installation costs, as well as maintenance for the future and other costs such as utilities. Add expected returns as either new or additional revenue or a reduction of costs. Add any assumptions about the investment expenses or returns. Let's add another investment. This time we'll add a new staff member. Here we can add a short description, type of scenario, investment status, and add a photo of our new staff member. Scrolling down, we can add other costs such as annual salary, benefits, software licenses, and other costs such as a new computer. Now we can add the expected returns in new revenue as well as the cost savings from part-time help. Note that the investments auto-save. With our investments listed, we can review the ROI and choose to keep it visible or make it hidden on the downloadable PDF. Now click the blue button and download the full budget. Select the list of pages you want to include in the PDF and click Download. Here you can see the full budget.
And now it's your turn to complete this online test drive.